The police find a severed human penis and testicles in a freezer, and an Irish pub bans Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline. And Dunkin Donuts employee has been arrested after the police find that he spit in their coffee. These are the weird stories for Miggity Monday. This is Jonesy. This is Weird AF News. Hope you had a nice weekend. I got 3 weird stories for you from around the world. Here we go. Weird AF News.
You're listening to Weird AF News with Jonesy.
Police found a severed penis and testicles inside a freezer. They're looking into a possible underground castration ring. The police in Australia found a severed human penis and testicles in a man's freezer during an investigation into a bizarre fetish castration incident. This grisly find was made at the inner city flat of a Mr. Ryan Andrew King, age 27, from Brisbane. He's accused of cutting off the testicle of another consenting man. Consenting, that's the key word. Hey, you want to hang out this weekend? What do you want to do? Grab a pizza? Yeah, how about I cut off your nuts? Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, I can't get a friend to consent to pick me up from the airport if it's a weekday. So apparently this guy has such convincing skills. The Queensland police, this is how it all went down. They were called to a backpackers hostel in Sydney after reports that a man had flushed his own partially removed testicle down the toilet. Oh my goodness. It's a hostel? First of all, you convinced him to do this at a hostel? I wouldn't let you put a Band-Aid on me in a hostel, those dirty places. You're going to convince somebody to allow you to do testicle surgery at a backpackers hostel? The most unsanitary place that you can possibly meet. Mind you, there's also a pandemic going on. Who is this person that can talk someone into meeting them at a hostel during a pandemic, letting them cut off their testicles? This is unbelievable. Like the skills of coercion that this Ryan Andrew King has. I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I couldn't convince somebody that I was in love with to spend the night with me at a hostel. I just couldn't. They would never. There's no woman in my life that would ever be like, okay, you know what? I'll stay at a hostel with you. No, it's not going to happen. This guy's like, hey, meet me at a hostel, and I'm going to operate on your penis and testicles. Yeah, sure. Those hostels, yeah. They got a lot of towels. And then the guy apparently flushes his own partially removed testicle down the toilet. That's just a sad moment. How do you watch your testicle go around that bowl and bye-bye down the hole? I mean, you would assume he'd want to just keep the damn thing for a souvenir, maybe keep them in a jar or maybe, cremate them and have the ashes of your testicles up on your fireplace for a while. No, flush them down the toilet. What should we do with this testicle that we've now cut off? Yeah, why don't you bring it to the bathroom, flush it down the hostel toilet. The 26-year-old foolish victim who had traveled from Sydney was taken to the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital for surgery. Did this happen in Brisbane? And he traveled from Sydney? This guy talked him into traveling to get his nuts cut off? Yeah, why don't you buy a plane ticket to me? We'll spend a weekend in a hostel, and I'll cut off your nuts. Ooh, that sounds like a lovely, lovely vacation. It was alleged that the men had met online, of course, and agreed that King would carry out the surgical procedure using a cryopen, which is commonly used by doctors to remove warts and skin tags. Yeah, it's for tiny things, to cut off tiny things. How small was this guy's testicles that you could use a cryopen? I'm going to guess this was extremely painful. This is a very tiny blade situation. It's not even a blade, I don't think they're using with this thing. Wow, this sounds like a very painful way to cut off your testicle. It would be like cutting it off with a tattoo needle. The pair allegedly discussed this procedure for several months via a fetish website. My goodness, these fetish websites. This is a fetish? The removal of your genitalia? Sexy. Wow, I thought, the guy who dry humped all those flip-flops was just ridiculous with the fetish. This is something out of this world right here. I don't even know how many. Wow. The media reports also that the castration was allegedly filmed by King and possibly uploaded to a fetish website. But the mystery deepened even further. Oh, no, I don't want to hear how it deepened. The police raided King's Brisbane home, found a set of male genitalia that do not appear to belong to that of the victim from the weekend. Well, yeah, because the guy flushed them down the toilet. It's obviously belonging to somebody else, some other foolish person he talked into, coerced into allowing him to cut their testicles off. Where did that one happen? Inside a doghouse? I mean, this guy can talk you into going anywhere. Meet me anywhere. Queensland police say they are yet to receive a complaint about the second chilling discovery, and no charges are yet to be filed. That means somebody is either dead that had this other castration, or they agreed to do it and they're totally fine with it. They never called the police afterward. They were like, I'm pretty satisfied with that decision to meet that stranger and let him cut off my nuts behind a U-Haul. According to the reports, the Brisbane detectives are investigating the existence of what they think is an underground fetish ring in which men volunteer to have sections of their genitals removed. Again, who is volunteering for this activity? Of course, this king has a defense lawyer because, some people just want to go to hell. The lawyer told the court that Mr. King had been bullied as a student when he was a student at one of Brisbane's top private schools. Oh, so that's an excuse for him to coerce people into allowing him to cut off their genitalia? Well, he was bullied at school. Yeah, I was bullied at school too, asshole. I'm not out here cutting off people's nipples. Seriously, defense lawyer, go choke on the Great Barrier Reef and die. Honestly, choke on the Great Barrier Reef. I'm just so tired of people coming up with excuses for this kind of behavior. It's ridiculous. And lastly, I'll just tell you all, do not meet anyone at a hostel. It's just don't do it. Don't do it, guys. An Irish pub bans Sweet Caroline amid coronavirus fears. While karaoke isn't prohibited, venues are required to take certain steps to ensure that the singers are at least 3 meters from any watching patrons while they're performing their songs. Sweet Caroline represents a slightly different problem, though. It was first released in 1969 by Neil Diamond and said to have been inspired by the daughter of U.S. President John F. Kennedy. The song is a favorite of pub sing-alongs, and karaoke especially. If any of you have ever been to karaoke, you know that someone by the end of the night will definitely sing this song. It's one of the most popular sing-along karaoke songs out there as well. Pubgoers in both the UK and Ireland have proven rather partial to Diamond's dulcet tones on the familiar radio favorite. I don't understand half these words. And by the way, in the UK, do you have to spell favorite with a U? That makes no sense at all. Favorite. It's just an extra vowel. It's unnecessary. Well, as you may know, if you play Sweet Caroline on the jukebox or you sing it at karaoke late into the night, in most countries, you're likely going to get a vocal response from all the intoxicated customers present. In the early stages of this pandemic, a video surfaced on social media of a large crowd of people ignoring social distancing and other safety measures to gather together in a Dublin pub for a rousing rendition of this Neil Diamond ditty. It was widely condemned and prompted the government into action, with pubs across the country subsequently closing, with lyrics like, "Touching you, touching me." It's probably best that the song doesn't get an airing in the bold era of the new normal either. Of course, the board warning of the song's ban should be taken with a healthy dollop of salt. The Irish are known for their sense of humor, after all. Still, other pubs could soon follow suit, with other songs potentially being banned as well. The article doesn't say much more than that. I'm wondering, it doesn't delve into the reasons why. Is it because it gets you into the spirit of touching the singer? Touching me, touching you? Is it because everyone's going to sing along and now all of that breathing, the extra effort going into the breathing that goes out when you're belting a tune together as a group aids in the spread of the pandemic, sort of like that, that church chorus that everybody got it in the church choir, whatever? Or is it just that the song is just so popular and just raises your spirits such to the point where you just get up out of your seat and you no longer are sitting isolated or social distance from all the other people? You just get together and you dance. Is this what's going on? It doesn't really say what the reason is. We can only guess. But if you're going to ban this song, you're going to have to ban other songs that get us up and going. Like, Bohemian Rhapsody is one of these songs that people go nuts. They all get up and sing and dance together. When it's on karaoke, everybody sings backup. They all sing the chorus. This can't be good. And then what about Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi? I mean, there's so many songs out there that just get people up and dancing and singing, participating. Are we going to ban all these songs? It seems to me like you should just flat out ban karaoke then, if that's the issue. If the issue is karaoke and the sing-along of such karaoke songs, then yeah, get rid of it during the pandemic until this all dies down. I mean, should people be sharing microphones right now? I don't know. Masks. Wearing masks. Social distancing. But I'm never distancing when I'm singing this song because it's Sweet Caroline. Get out of your chair and share this mic. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Yay! A Dunkin Donuts employee was arrested after a police officer found spit inside his coffee. I'm going to do this in a Boston accent because, Dunkin's is the religion of Boston, basically. A Dunkin's employee was arrested Friday after a state trooper from Illinois discovered mucus in his drink. In his coffee, some mucus. That's not right. Where did it come from? Obviously, this Dunkin employee, so they think. The trooper, based in Chicago, bought a large black coffee on Thursday evening and removed the lid to cool it down when he discovered a large, thick piece of mucus, which was later confirmed to be saliva, floating inside his coffee, the police say. Oh, no, a large, thick piece of mucus? Oh, man. But hey, it could be anything. What? Maybe a seagull crapped in his coffee. We don't know. Let's get down to the bottom of it. Vincent Sessler, age 25, was charged with disorderly conduct, reckless conduct, and battery to a peace officer, according to the Illinois State Police. Now, this is outrageous and this is disgusting. The men and women of the Illinois State Police put their heart and soul, their heart and their soul into protecting the lives and rights of the people in the state every day, said Brendan Kelly, who is the director. They deserve better, these peace officers, better than this insulting and dangerous treatment. For their safety, officers and employees will be prohibited from patronizing this location. Oh, goodness gracious. They're not going to go to this Dunkin's any longer. And, I bet you they brought a lot of business to that Dunkin's because they're police officers and they like donuts and coffee, for sure. Dunkin's and police go hand in hand, especially in Boston. Immediately after the incident, the issue was investigated and Sessler, the Dunkin's employee, was terminated from his job, a Dunkin spokesperson told the media. Here's a quote from the spokesperson, I think. The type of behavior reported to us is inconsistent with the brand's values. Dunkin's has a deep appreciation for police officers who work tirelessly to keep our communities safe, and the franchise owner has reached out directly to the officer to apologize for this awful experience. That was like such an over-the-top Boston accent. What have we learned here? What have we learned? We've learned that Dunkin's is also in Chicago, which I didn't know about. I mean, I should know that Dunkin's is all across the country, but it's so hard to believe that Dunkin's is in other places. My goodness, where was Dunkin's recently that I was like, damn, there's a Dunkin's here? I was in Indonesia last year. Indonesia, they had a Dunkin's. I couldn't believe it. I was in Bali. Wow, I was blown away by the fact that they had a Dunkin's there. By the way, if you've never seen the video on my YouTube channel where I'm making fun of the Dunkin Donuts in Los Angeles because no one, it's empty. Because in LA, no one likes Dunkin Donuts, really. That was the crux of the video. You should see it. It's on my YouTube channel. YouTube.com/funnyjones. That's my YouTube channel. Anyways, it's called Live from Dunkin's. Anyways, back to the story here. This is awful. I mean, you can't be spitting, no matter what you feel about the police, you can't be spitting in their coffee. It's just, when you're on the company dime, you can't act this way. It's really a dehumanizing thing anyways in general. But some people feel this strongly about the police. I feel strongly about I have a strong opinion about the police as well. But I wouldn't do anything like this. And if you're a Dunkin's employee, if you're at work, you certainly do not do such things because it's a reflection of the company you're working for and the location and all of that. And you're on the clock. You can't do shit like this. I mean, you got to feel bad for police officers right now. They're not in the best graces of the citizens, and I'd imagine they're getting a lot of shit. People are probably popping their tires. They're spitting in their drinks. They're giving them attitude through the drive-through and whatever. It's got to be tough stuff right now, being a cop. But, it'll all come to pass. It'll all come to pass. We all get better, and we'll all get along. And that's that. And what I would give right now for a large, extra cream, extra sugar. Anybody work at Dunkin's that listens to this podcast? I mean, I should totally have them as a sponsor. Clearly. If you like podcasts, check out Spotify. You can listen to all your favorite artists and podcasts in one place for free. You don't even need a premium account. Spotify has a huge selection of podcasts on every topic, including this one that you're listening to right now. And you can easily share what you're listening to with friends on Instagram as well. So download the Spotify app, search for your favorite podcast, and also make sure to follow Weird AF News and never miss an episode. Yes, download Spotify and make your life easier. Hey, what's up, weirdos? It's Jonesy. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're healthy. Hope you spent the time with loved ones having a great old time. Listening to Weird AF News by the pool, maybe? Huh? Drinking one of those, what do they call those? Arnold Palmers with a little vodka, maybe? You know how we get down. I had a nice time over the weekend myself. Kept very, very busy. It's extremely hot in Los Angeles, so been running the air conditioner, which is very nice. In my old apartment, I didn't have air conditioning, and I suffered. I suffered a lot. Those days are over, guys. I'm an adult. I hope you enjoyed the Florida Friday stories. Thank you for sending them to me. Those of you who did send me Florida Friday stories, appreciate you. You can always send me whatever the hell you got to funnyjones@gmail.com. I want to bring attention to the Patreon, which has some cool shit on there. I uploaded a bonus episode that's pretty good, so check it out. Patreon.com/WeirdAFNews and support the show. I want to give thanks to Matthew D., who wrote me a review on Amazon. Matthew gave me 5 stars, which I appreciate. I really need it. I really need 5 stars to offset all the 1 stars that I get on there. Matthew wrote, "Can't lose with Weird AF." And then it says, "Great show. Love Florida Friday." That's it. Very, very brief. Matthew's into brevity, and I'm totally fine with that. 5 stars, positive review. That's all you need to do. It helps. It helps supremely. Supremely helpful. Is that a proper use of supremely? I think so. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, thank you, Matt D. Big shout out to you. You guys can leave me reviews on any of your podcast listeners if they accept reviews. Please do so. Screenshot it. Send it to me. I'll give you a big shout out on the show. I'll sing you a Neil Diamond song. Why not? Sweet Caroline, by the way, not my favorite Neil Diamond song. I like, what's that one? Cracklin' Rosie, get on board. We're gonna ride till there ain't no, that one with the, I think it's about drinking alcohol. Cracklin' Rosie, I think it's about a bottle of whiskey or bourbon or something. I don't know. You guys can call the show and tell me like what the real thing is about that. How I've screwed it up too. Did I screw up the lyrics? Probably. 646-450-2012. Call the show. Love to hear from you. Thanks to those of you who are regular callers of the show. I always appreciate you. I'd like to hear from some new people, though. The phone lines are pretty open. Yeah, so call, leave a message. Love to hear from you. Also, follow me on Instagram, @FunnyJones. Posting some weird photos up there. I like to post weird photos and then write, "What's this? Who's this? Where's this?" Like I posted a photo yesterday of the old Chinese lady that works in the acupuncture place that I go to, and just wrote, "Who's this?" She had no idea I took a photo of her, by the way. I just like to do weird shit like that. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and be the beneficiary of all that weird shit. And lastly, I want to thank you for listening all the way to the end. If you made it this far, you win. What do you win? I don't know. You win my gratitude.